What is going on, Red Pill Astronomy, man? We back in the building with another upload. I know it's been a minute. I'm trying to get this channel back popping, man. Now bear with me. Okay. Without further ado, as you see in the title, let's talk about it. The art of dealing with a young female. Yeah, it's an art to it, man. You know, it's an algorithm of stuff to watch out for, or that you're gonna witness when dealing with these females. I'm gonna talk about it. First, let's understand what is the younger female. The younger female, in short terms, is between the ages of 18, right, and 23. Now, if you're younger than this, which I don't even encourage you guys to be watching these videos, of course, 23 and younger, all the way down, younger. But hopefully you 18 and plus watching these videos. Okay, now that we got the age bracket, why are the age bracket is what it is. The why is because 23, which is the oldest age bracket I have on this list. A woman don't sexually mature, to me, you know, in my experience, to 23. Women don't get straightforward, to the point, you know, cut all the middleman out, you know, stop trying to have her homegirl or your homeboy be the middleman and dating and sex and all that, or go ask him, do he want to talk, and always going out every weekend, and you know, a lot of just little girl high school shit. All that kind of cut out around the age of 23. Most of these females, they get done with college, you know, they having children, you know. Things are happening where it forces them to grow up, you know. Or by then, they're stuck with so many men, they experience kind of upgrades and a lot of bullshit that they play in games and stuff like that. They get more straightforward in life, you know. And here's exactly that 23 age is where they transform from being a young broad to, you know, I won't say a vet, but, you know, a person that's used to being on the battlefield, you know. It's when they hit around 22, 23, 24, shit like that. They got experience now. You know, they ain't the vets yet, but they got experience, you know. So, what is the type of stuff that's gonna go on when you dating women between the ages of 18 and 23? I'm gonna tell you about it. Women around this age, man, you know, a lot of them don't want nothing serious. You know, a lot of them, you know, it's superficial, very superficial. You know, even if you just on some casual sex, a lot of them, especially if they're around the age of 18, 19 and shit like that, fucking babies to me, you know, they're gonna drag you through the mud when it comes to like wanting sex and shit from them. They're gonna play games, you know, and this even with the guys that they may find attractive, you know. And the reason why they play games is because half the time, not all the time, some of them just like playing games just to play games. But at least sometimes half the time, you know, these women, they don't necessarily, they ain't necessarily ready for the situation at hand or the person at hand. So they put these blocks between the situation, you know, and they play these games Because that's just their own way of saying I'm not ready. You feel what I'm saying? For the situation. I'm not grown enough for the situation, or that's just the woman way of saying, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Or I'm scared that I won't know what the fuck I'm doing if I was to get into that situation. Then you got some on the other hand who been getting into very experienced situations with very experienced people at a young age, and they still play games because they're just not mature. It's not really them being scared. It's more of the bitch just don't got no maturity about herself. So they're gonna play games. But what I will say, if you lucky enough with these type of females, if you lucky enough to make it to the bedroom, however, whatever game and maze you got to play with the female, you're gonna get the business. These young females, yeah, they can be inexperienced sometimes, but a lot of times when you go to OnlyFans and, these Twitter freak ass profiles and shit, all these sex tapes and shit that go on, and when you go to the clubs, that's my best friend, twerking and making ass pop and shit, they be young hoes. The women that fill them positions, upload them freak ass videos, and do all this promiscuous ass behavior, most of the time, the fresh ass Mercedes Benz, be young hoes, young broads. They with the shits too, in the same sentence. Most of the time these women that's like this, they have a big sex addiction. That's another big trait with these young females sometimes, especially the ones that got these, OnlyFans and shit like that. A lot of these bras be having corrupt ass upbringings, or getting raped, or they just used to talking to grown ass niggas since they was little girls, man. And it's kind of sick, but at the same time, most black women came up and dated like that, where they got broke in by men that was twice their age, sometimes their fucking parents' age. And they having sexual relations and full-on relationships with people like this. And that breeds a lot of experience, a lot of sexual, seeds on the ground, at a very young age, man. That's why a lot of females, like when they be young like that, they don't want to talk to young niggas. They want to talk to older guys because they feel like I done got this pussy broke in by niggas your daddy age. So if I was to give the son his pussy, the nigga that's my age, he ain't gonna know what to do with it. That's how a lot of black women feel like when they be young like that in college and senior in high school and shit like that. The ones that's promiscuous and shit. That's why a lot of times they be dating older guys, man. But a lot of promiscuous behavior be coming from the younger broad. So it's not a question of are they freaks or are they sexual. Yeah, a lot of these females, they become single moms in the young years. I ain't talking about 23, 24, when you going into your experience years, but in the young years, in the young female years, when that maturity is not there, they make very permanent decisions, and at a very young age, off of all the promiscuous behavior that goes on, at a certain age for these females, man. And that's just how it is. A lot of them become single moms around this age. You know, when they, you know, in a young stage like that. And it's a lot of games and stuff you got to play dealing with them. It's a lot. Sometimes it's a lot of baggage and shit. So when they become of age that you want to date them, or that a man would want to invest in them and stuff like that, maybe when they get done with college and they kind of becoming a grown woman, the average woman, you know, she already got baby daddies and shit like that. That's why majority of females, they don't really make it past 23, 24 without kids, man. Really 20, to be honest with you, 21, 22. You know, by the time they hit them ages of when you actually adult, and it's time to get married and date and have adult, you know, relationships, they're already, you know, having baggage and shit from the shit that they did when they was 18 and 21 and stuff. You know, with a lot of females that kind of go down that path. You know, so yeah, it's just something, you know, that y'all have to know about these young females. Although, you know, I hate the games that they put men through, but I love younger females, because younger females is good for, you know, very explicit situations that, you know, an older female would at least, you know, second guess or not, or altogether just not do it. You know, it'll be a young broad that'll be more open or more flexible when it comes to talking her into something or doing something, you know, very promiscuous or something like that, or, you know, recording content. That's all young bitch shit. That's all young. I ain't no experienced older female unless she just like a cougar, you know. And I'm gonna talk about them too. Type of female that, you know, that they never growed up. She got older, but she never sexually growed up. You know, be into shit like that. But majority of the time, it's gonna be, you know, I hope they don't drop that shit. Majority of the time, it's gonna be women that's kind of, you know, young. It's kind of very young, man. They do a lot of this promiscuous ass shit that you see out here. Hope you guys learned some of this video, man. I'm out.